not burden you with the questions that I will ask tomorrow. However, parang medyo na-intriga ako ng presence niyo. Dahil medyo matagal yung lal ng since the suspension. Pero yung grupo niyo ngayon lang nag-iikot. Am I right? So, ang timing kasi na si Presidente Pinoy medyo pumalpak ng pumalpak. First, tinamaan siya doon sa single recita decision. Yun namang Scarborough Shoal, we failed to get the support of the United States. Another palpak. So, yung ang mga manggagawa naman, galit sa kanya. Hindi nyo ba tina-timing to na kayo'y nag-iikot ngayon dahil nakalamang na kayo? Sa SWS, bumagsak siya ng 10%. Ganun ba yung strategy niya?
I would like to thank you for your observation, as I said. I would have to be candid with you that these schedules are not really that organized, meaning we are not a team which has a very strong media group or communications group. We are primarily lawyers, and the intention really is only to tell you the truth. Maybe it was just incidental that we are now in Cebu when all these stories have already developed. The story about the Scarborough Shoal, about his grade, about the Agenda de Visita. There was really no intention to wait for the news. I think our intention really is to inform the public. And I think it is also appropriate to inform you that I think 2 weeks ago, some of my colleagues visited Bacolod also to be able to explain issues in connection with impeachment. And I would like to assure you that on a regular basis, we update the media of certain developments. And I would also want to assure you that provinces as far as Cagayan de Oro, Davao, and even Bacolod and Iloilo communicate with us and share information with us. So I think that's the way we are doing.
If you see, there's really no structure to where we're going, because what really happens here is that we go to the provinces where the group of people will invite us. And it just so happened that among the provinces outside of Metro Manila, it's the Visayans who have the initiative to know more about what's really happening. And our trip to Bacolod was also initiated by groups in Bacolod who told us that they don't get to hear the side of the defense as much. And after that, we also got an invitation here in Cebu. That's why we're very thankful to the Visayans for having not only the prudence but the courage to find out what's really going on your own, and not just to accept what you read from the newspapers or from media. But that's also the reason why we don't have any other trips planned to Davao or to any other province, just because we don't have enough time or manpower to really go around the Philippines, and we are more reactionary in that sense. So whoever extends an invitation, then we accommodate them. But this is something that we can't do on a regular basis, because we will have to, all our other members here in the defense team have their careers to take care of.
Be informed with the thoughts that we have, and you proceed with what you're doing. I think most of you would ask, why are we here? Most of you would ask, how were we, why are we presently going? In my case, of course, I was asked if I could help. And of course, I would have to examine the complaint before I make a decision. And after examining the complaints, I was convinced that the Chief Justice has a very strong case, and that the allegations in the complaints were basically based on so-called reports and suspected information. So having this in mind, I accepted it. And I also understand that this is very important in terms of our political history as a nation. This is not something, I would want to highlight that this is not a teleserye. This is not a reality TV as such, as how some people would see it. This would involve the lives not only of the Chief Justice and his family, but the lives of the Filipino people. 10 years or 20 years down the road, every one of us would have to look back and say, how did we do it? Did we participate? Did we do it right? If we did not do it the right thing, the right way, pursuant to the Constitution and the rules, then we will not emerge as victors. When we complete the process and when the truth is revealed, only then can we claim that we have truly achieved a victory.
How decisive judges vote? Conviction or acquittal?
Of course, the vote will be for acquittal.
What made you so sure?
Because that is the side I'm campaigning for. No, but remember that we need they need to get 16 votes. Yes, we don't have to get 8 votes. They need to get 16. If we get all abstentions, right, get 9 abstentions, we still get an acquittal. That is how it works. Yeah, 8 or 9 abstentions. There are only 23. But if we get 8, that means there's only 15 left. So I think that the current alignment, or should I say realignment of political preparations for the forthcoming elections should give you an insight into how they're also going to be aligned on the Corona case. While they have, some of the politicians have denied that there's any connection, I think public perception is quite strong that many of the issues will be drawn along party lines. That is a reality that seems to be waiting to happen. Personally, I hope that the result will be based on the oath taken by the judges, by the senator judges. And their oath says specifically, I will do impartial justice in accordance with the Constitution and the laws of the Philippines. As lawyers, we hope that that is what will prevail when it becomes time to vote. If you would like to know what I think each senator will vote, let me tell you that I shouldn't say what I think at that point. I have already been cited in contempt previously, so you know, if I try it a second time, I think I would like to give my co-counsel an opportunity to get themselves cited in contempt.
In addition to the answer of my colleague, I think it would be premature at this time to say how the senator judges will vote. You might say that I'm very careful when it comes to this, although I agree that there are certain senator judges who will vote based on party lines. I agree with you. But there are, I think, a great majority of them who are still sitting there, waiting and studying. If I could refer to a statement of former Senator Maceda, I had an opportunity to watch him in one of his press conferences before, and he said, you know that important issue of the basis conversion, or the Subic Bay issue in sometime in 1990 or 1991. He said that he made a decision 2 days before. I will not be surprised if some of the senator judges will make a decision on the day itself. Or there may be certain factors that will affect their decision come decision-making day. So, you know, they're but humans like us. They wake up in the morning, they may have a good day, they may have a bad day, or yesterday may not be as good as the day that they are to give a verdict. So, I think what we do is just to give our best and work hard, present our case, and explain our case to the public in terms of information, and then we leave everything to the hands of the Secretary.
Let me answer the question, not based on speculation, but based on the evidence or lack of it. We feel that the prosecution has utterly failed to present any credible and strong evidence to show that the Chief Justice indeed committed the impeachable offenses as alleged in the verified complaint. It has been very clear to us that from 45 properties as brandished by the prosecution before the media, when we presented our own evidence, it was now down to 5 properties. All these properties that we have identified are all stated in the Statement of Assets and Liabilities and Net Worth of the Chief Justice. Thus, Article 2, one of the allegations in Article 2, will have no basis already. Now, other than that, we feel that with the dropping of the 5 other articles of impeachment, this would really show that the complaint filed against the Chief Justice has really no basis at all. Because the strength of the complaint has already been tarnished by their very own action. It only shows that when they filed the complaint, they really have no evidence. And they are trying to use the Senate Impeachment Court to gather the evidence so that they can throw it back at the Chief Justice. This should not be allowed. Because what example are we showing the citizenry with this kind of act? Is it that easy to accuse somebody of a wrongdoing even without evidence to support the same? That should not be the case. This is not only the constitutional rights of the Chief Justice that we are protecting here. It is also the constitutional rights of each and every one of us. That given the immense power of the government, we can always cling to the power of the Constitution, the rights of the accused, the presumption of innocence. Otherwise, governance, or again the lack of it, would really show that this is all for what? Lust for vengeance of a person because he cannot get what he wants from an independent judiciary? So all these questions we want to answer. We want to answer in the impeachment proceedings, which is now what we have to protect. We have to be very vigilant. Because not everything that we hear, not everything that have been presented in the media is true and correct. So we encourage everyone, we encourage the Cebuanos to really evaluate the issues, study the evidence, and listen to the explanation of the Chief Justice. Because we feel confident that after our presentation of evidence for the Chief Justice, we would be able to show that all the allegations in the verified complaint are not true. All these are really contrived with the objective of removing the Chief Justice from the Supreme Court and eventually undermine the independence of the judiciary.